So you want things to change. You are sick and tired of the way things are, and you just want a fairy godmother to wave her magic wand and fix everything in your life. Wouldn't that be wonderful, right? But this is where I tell you that there is a fairy godmother, but she's you, and you already have all the magic you need inside of you. And if that makes you want to slap me, I totally understand, because let's be honest, we've got too many responsibilities already. Is it really fair to add responsibility for changing everything that's not working in our lives on top of all that? But there is a reason that change feels like such a struggle. And this one might surprise you. You may not lack the willpower or discipline or motivation that you think you do. Instead, all you may be lacking is one stroke of insight. To find out what it is, keep watching. I want to ask you something. If you already know which issues are holding you back in life, what's keeping you from making a change? Is it that you don't know what to do? Is it that you know what to do, but you lack the willpower? Is it that you're too busy to have the time? Or maybe you don't have the resources? So those are the things we tell ourselves, and they're all valid. But we often overlook the biggest reason of all. The status quo is sticky. So the status quo is like this 10-ton giant who is not going to budge. This is where he's standing, and no one's going to make him move. And you can yell at him, you can hit him, you can try to convince him, but he's a giant, so he can just ignore you. It takes enormous effort to change the status quo. The status quo does not want to be changed. And one of the ways that the status quo makes sure that it stays in place is by making all other possibilities seem too hard and unappealing. The mental effort it takes to come up with a different way of doing things, plus the emotional effort of trying this new way, knowing that there's going to be growing pains, plus the physical effort of having to overcome your autopilot and manually figure out what to do. Seriously, the status quo is right. It's all too much. And when you're already tired and you're emotionally overwhelmed and you've got too much on your plate, change is too much to ask of you. It requires of you more than you have to give. Now, some people say the answer is to set SMART goals, right? Small, measurable, achievable, you know the ones. But I've never found that goals work for me. Goals feel so strict. And the minute I tell myself I have to do anything, I no longer want to do it. And maybe that comes from past experience, because I remember being a teenager and setting this list of 10 goals to complete one summer. I was going to grow my hair long and get contact lenses and lose 10 pounds. And did I complete all my goals? Of course not. I just remember feeling embarrassed afterwards, looking at this list, looking at how much I'd wanted to achieve and how little I managed to do in the end. And my list felt like proof I was a loser. But what I eventually learned is that I'm just not a goal person. I'm the kind of person who needs to retrain my brain. Have you heard that famous quote that says that you can't fix problems with the same kind of thinking that created them? Well, that rings true for me, because I often find that the way I'm thinking about a problem is actually the problem itself. So I am creating the barriers that I see. I am blinding myself to possibilities. It's my thinking that's holding me back, not the problem itself. And so what I do when I have something I'd like to change in my life is I try to figure out what I'm not seeing. So what I haven't considered, what I don't know or don't understand yet. It's like my mind is going around and around on these well-worn grooves. And that is why I can't see an easy solution to my problem. The grooves are limiting me, and I need to break free by discovering a new way of thinking. Self-help folks often say that 95% of our thoughts are repetitive. So we just think the same things over and over again. And so no wonder it feels so hard to make real change. We are literally trapped by our thoughts. So much of our lives, we've never questioned. We've never asked ourselves whether it makes sense to do the things we do. We've never asked ourselves whether it makes us happy to do things the way we're doing them. We never let ourselves consider that we might have other options that we've never even imagined for ourselves. We spend so much of our lives on autopilot We eat the same foods we've always eaten. We drive the same roads we've always driven. We entertain ourselves in the exact same ways. But maybe the foods you eat are not the foods that would bring you the most pleasure and satisfaction. Maybe there's a different route to work down different roads that would make your drive so much more pleasant. Maybe spending your leisure time scrolling on your phone or watching TV isn't actually making you feel gorgeously relaxed and happy to be alive. If you want to create change in your life, I don't think you need more discipline and willpower. You need to address your autopilot, those grooves in your brain that you have traveled so many times that it feels like the only way things could ever be. And what challenges your autopilot? Well, learning something new that changes how you look at the world forever. Busting out of our autopilot requires exposure to new things that challenge our habitual way of thinking and doing things. So that's why travel is so good. That's why education's so good. That's why new experiences are so good. Every time we are exposed to something new that doesn't make sense given our current model of the world, we're forced to rethink what we know and what we believe. And if we're open to change, rather than stubbornly stuck in our ways, the world seems to change itself for us. We see new possibilities. Old problems don't seem as hard. It's like magic. And so that's why I don't tend to teach so many tips and tricks here at Your Brilliance. I am much more interested in giving you new information that challenges your model of the world. We are learning so much every day about the human mind and the human heart. Research is exploding old myths about what makes us love and what makes us happy. And if you're open to changing your mind and rethinking the way you've already seen things, then you'll often find that your new life is effortless because you can't go back to the way you were. This is who you are now. And it's so much more satisfying and fulfilling than it ever was before. So that is the secret key to defeating the 10-ton giant of the status quo. Open yourself up to the possibility that you are missing something, some piece of information or some insight that once you get it, will make everything transform before your eyes. That is how I have managed to achieve so much in my life. And I will give you practical ways to put this into use in my upcoming videos. So what do you think? Are you a goal person? What do you think keeps you from creating the change you want to see in your life? Let me know in the comments. Take really good care of yourself, and I will see you next time.